Welcome back, Nikolai. Just kind of corner classics slash non-classics, episode number 1060 and Doubleshot number 954. Like I mentioned last episode, two Marvel trades. First up, it is Wakanda Forever, which collects the Wakanda Forever one-shots for Spider-Man, X-Men, and Avengers. This also, believe it or not, collects the Black Panther Andy, which actually is not a bad idea to put it in here because all this shit probably would have had just three regular-sized one-shots. Wakanda Forever is actually the storyline here involves a character who had turned bad in the Wood Wakanda series. So this is kind of a follow-up to that, and it's explained this character is a creation of Christopher Priest, who appeared at the start of his run for the book back in 1998. I was like Christopher Priest made more Christopher here. Yep. Now, basically, the story in here is that the character Malice has basically her hands on a weapon that was stolen by A.I.M years prior to events of these particular one-shots. And so you have three women from the Dora Maji, Okie, who's the leader of the group, Ao, and Akina. Two of these women are in fact lovers. Yep. So they go to New York, they have team up with Spider-Man. Yes, Spider-Man, because it seems like though any character that goes to New York has to deal with Spider-Man, which actually is, I love that, the fact they do that. And they work with him to subdue the thing, and they go down underwater where they find an old A.I.M lab, which abandoned. As for when the heck this was abandoned, no idea. And then they run into Hydro Man. Yep, Hydro Man, who's got a beard now. Yes, Hydro Man, a villain who very rarely appears anymore. I think like the last time prior to this he appeared was when he appeared in the opening two issues of Occupy Avengers. Last time I could think of he appeared. Takes a little while, but it do defeat him, and of course Spider-Man has to stay there and babysit him. And what do the other three women do? Do sightsee in New York until they team up with the X-Men, the very next one-shot, which of the X team up with Storm, Colossus, and Nightcrawler. Yep. And eventually the other thing leads into the Avengers one-shot, which is basically I think the Jason Aaron Avengers, if I'm not mistaken, because it has She-Hulk, Spider-Man, and I think it's like a few others. Yep. Eventually, at the end of the storyline, Malice herself actually dies, and yeah, the thing is destroyed, and of course Spider-Man is late. He says he's late mainly because of the fact that, well, the cops took so long to find him. Yep. And those are the three one-shots. The annual itself is just three stories. The first one done by Christopher Priest, which loved the fact the guy came back to do this annual. And his stuff is like set in present day, which is kind of loosely ties into his run for the book, because Black Panther is kind of wearing his outfit from that particular run. The other two stories is simply stories set in the future. Now, the first story is done by Christopher Priest. Second story is done by Don McGreeder. And the third one is done by the guy who replaced Christopher Priest on the writing for the Black Panther book when the book was relaunched back in 2005, Reginald Holland, who did the awesome Who Was Black Panther storyline. The artwork for the three stories. The first one is done by Mike Perkins. Second one, Daniel Acuna. And the third one is Ken Lashley. Of these three artists, Daniel Acuna is currently the artist for the Black Panther book. And Ken Lashley, I think he's ever drawn Black Panther before. Mike Perkins over doing the Captain America stuff. Now, the Wakanda Forever one-shots are all basically written by Nedi Okafor, I think it's from the person's name. The artwork for the first two one-shot, first two one-shots, is done by Alberto Albuquerque. Though the next one, he does it with Ray Anthony Height. The last one is done by Uglog Kenup. I think that's even the person. I'm sorry for his name. This cover here is done by the Dawsons, Terry Richard Dawson. The back cover art here, this is Daniel Kuna. Now, the line itself, Wakanda Forever, that's basically a battle cry for the Black Panther movie. As far as now, they don't actually say in the actual thing itself, but it's more like these series of one-shots are there because they need to promote the Black Panther movie. And, of course, why not? But the one-shots are really good. Give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Next is book with more one-shots. This is Venom Unleashed Volume 1. And it collects the Web of Venom one-shots, Venom, with a apostrophe between V and N, Carnage Born, Venom Unleashed, and Funeral Prior. Each one of these one-shots has got a different writer with it. The Venom one-shot is written by Danny Coates, who's the main writer of the book, and this particular one-shot is simply put, basically, a full explanation of the character Rex from the main book. Carnage Born, which is also done by Danny Coates, this, simply put, this one along with Funeral Prior, is just set up for the Absolute Carnage crossover. Venom Unleashed, just a one-shot featuring Venom, written by Ryan Stegman. Yeah, who was also an artist as well. I think so. I don't think he is. The last art book, the artwork is done by Colin Bunn. The artwork for these three one-shots, the first one's done by Julian Ramirez. The cover for this is done by Ryan Stegman, J.P. Mayer, and Frank Martin. The Carnage Born, the interior is done by Danilo S. Bronworth, and the cover art is done by Kyle Holtz and Jose Valabria. Kyle Holtz does the interior artwork for the, Venom Unleashed one shot. It has the same cover artist team for Venom one shot. The Freedom Prior has got two artists on it, Alberto Albuquerque and Joshua Carcera. Funeral Prior is simply put what happened to Mania after Venom Inc. That's simply what the storyline is. Where she still got her satanic power, she has a match with Carnage, and she actually goes with him. Basically, the whole point of that particular one shot is just to help set up the Absolute Carnage crossover, which is still going right now. Yeah, and it's actually the first crossover we had since they ended the War of the Realm storyline. I gotta say, none of the one-shots are terrible. I mean, I love the fact that for Carnage Born, is they have Cleus Cassidy become Carnage again after the events of Red Goblin, which somehow he lost symbiote, and now he's got it back. It's never fully explained. And apparently he's going symbiote hunting. Yep. That's simply what it is. But I gotta say, these one-shots are actually pretty good. I enjoy them. My mother's not really being a fan of the character Venom, but I enjoy this stuff. I'm gonna give this book roughly a 9.5 out of 10. Really good. Alright, so that's it for this particular review, and that's it for Video Stay. Yeah, this is the last one. Tomorrow I'll do a review for Fairy Tail, which I think is going to be like the third or last episode of the series. A Comic Corner, a movie review, and maybe a review of the next part for Toshiro's Chronicle. Aside from that, that's pretty much it for tomorrow, okay? See you next view. Bye.